Hey everyone, how's it going? And welcome to another episode of Saturday Night Horror. Now we took a week off, but we're back. And we're back watching one of my favorite movies ever. One of my favorite movies of all time. You could call it a horror movie, you could call it a sci-fi movie, but most of all, it's just fun. Tonight, we're going to be watching the classic Maximum Overdrive. Now Maximum Overdrive, I don't want to spoil too much about what's going on, but the gist of it is that the Earth has kind of gone into the tail of a rogue comet, and it's going to be there for, I believe, 8 days, 9 days. And the tail of this rogue comet has some pretty weird effects on electronics on Earth. All electronics have become, I guess you would say, sentient, have a mind of their own. Vehicles are coming to life, working on their own. Electronic appliances are working on their own. And they all have one thing in common. They do not like humans. They have decided to kill humans, and it makes for a kind of weird premise, but it works. It's a really fun movie. Our story takes place at the Dixie Boy truck stop, where a bunch of big rig trucks that have come to life have decided to terrorize these poor folks in the truck stop. And like I said, it sounds kind of ridiculous, but it is an awesome movie. It really works. Another thing is, if you are a fan of AC/DC, you'll love this movie. The entire soundtrack, and I mean the entire soundtrack, is nothing but AC/DC songs. And you would think in a movie like this, AC/DC songs wouldn't work, wouldn't fit, and you'd be wrong. They fit, it works, and it is freaking awesome. I mean, right off the bat, I'll tell you, I can't say enough good things about this movie. This is one of the better movies to watch after having a week off. I actually did an episode of Saturday Night Horror 2 years ago on Maximum Overdrive, and that was the last time I watched it, so I'm definitely looking forward to watching it tonight. The first time I ever saw Maximum Overdrive was on TNT, way back when. TNT, for some reason, was in love with Maximum Overdrive, and they would show it they would show it on TNT almost all the time, and I have no problem with that. That's the first time I saw it. Then Joe Bob Briggs had it on Monster Vision, watched it there, and then I got my hands on the actual Blu-ray, years and years later, and I realized how much I was actually missing, because I didn't realize that the cable versions cut out so much. I didn't realize that Maximum Overdrive actually had a little bit of blood and gore to it. So, just an awesome movie, made even better once I realized all the stuff I was missing. So that's our movie tonight, Maximum Overdrive. In the kitchen, I'm going to be making something I've never made before, something I've never eaten before, so a little nervous but excited at the same time. I'm going to be making shepherd's pie. Now, apparently shepherd's pie, traditional way, is to use lamb. I don't have lamb, never had lamb, probably never will. So we're using the beef hamburger, I mean, what else are you going to do? So yeah, our movie, Maximum Overdrive. In the kitchen, we're making shepherd's pie. I think it's going to be an awesome night. So, without further ado, let's go out to the kitchen, let's get this shepherd's pie started, and we'll go watch our movie. I'll meet you all out there.
Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen. Let's go out to the kitchen and have ourselves a snack.
Alright everyone, we have our ingredients for our shepherd's pie here. Not a whole lot. I'm going to use half an onion. I'm going to chop up half that onion, not the whole thing. We have Worcestershire sauce. That sauce. We have butter. Of course, we have our hamburger. We have mashed potatoes, instant. we have beef broth, sliced carrots, sweet peas, and corn. So that's it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to chop up half of this onion. Alright, so the onion is chopped. My eyes are on fire. Man, my eyes are burning. And the first thing we're going to do is saute these chopped onions. So we're going to put some butter in this pan. Alright, the pan has been heating up for a while, so maybe it won't take too long. No, it's not going to take long at all. So we're just going to wait for the butter to melt, and then we're going to put in the chopped onions. But yeah, man, my eyes were on fire from chopping those onions. And we'll just help this butter melt a little bit faster here. Just make sure the pan is coated in butter. And it shouldn't take too long. Shouldn't take long at all. Alright, the butter is melted. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to dump our chopped onions in. Like so. Make sure I get them all in there. There we go. Now it's said to use a medium onion. You saw the onion I had was large, so that's why I used half of it. And I'm also going to add these carrots to it as well. So we'll just cook the onions and the carrots at the same time. We just mix this up a little bit, and it shouldn't take too long. Onions usually don't take a long time to saute. So we'll just make sure this has got butter on it. Stir it around a little bit, and we'll be ready to just let this saute. Yeah, that should be good right there. Yeah, I think that'll do it. So we'll let this cook for a little while, and we'll come back to it. Alright, so the onions sauteed, the carrots cooked, we've added in our sweet peas and our frozen corn. The corn is still a little bit frozen, and we're going to add our meat, and we're going to cook this all at the same time. And being as the pan has been heating up this entire time, it shouldn't take too long. So it should be a fairly quick process. But yeah, we're going to cook all this together. Peas, carrots, onions, corn, and the meat. So let's go ahead and let's get that started. Alright, here we go. Now you know me. I like to chop up my meat the entire time it's cooking because I like small pieces of meat. I absolutely despise huge chunks of meat. I don't know why. I do not like to have huge chunks of meat with my food. I've always been that way. So I'm going to chop this meat up the entire time. Just getting it to get the pieces as small as humanly possible. And we'll come back and check on it when it's done. Alright, everything's done. You see it cooking there, bubbling up. Yes, sir. That looks awesome. Oh, yeah. Alright, we're going to make the mashed potatoes now. No, I did add the Worcestershire sauce and the beef broth off camera and mix that in as well. Now, the potatoes are going to be real quick. Alright, so the potatoes are done. They have to be done immediately, so I didn't have time to get the camera going with that. And what we're going to do now is we're going to add our meat and vegetables to this pan here. Scoop them all in. You see you got the vegetable, we'll call it the vegetable juice in the corner there. We're going to keep that in there too. Yeah, we're just going to put this in here. Spread it out evenly so it covers the entire bottom of our pan here. I guess we'll call it a pan. Our casserole pan, if you will. Yeah, just going to spread that around like so. Oh yeah. And then we're going to put our mashed potatoes on top of that. Alright. Potatoes are up there. All that's left now is to put this in the oven. Let it cook for about half an hour. I'm looking forward to it. Alright, this is the finished product. It looks good. It smells good. I'm ready to dig in. Yeah, I think this will be good. I think this might be a keeper. Look at that, man. That looks delicious. Oh my god. Yeah, I think we're definitely putting this on the keep list. Alright, since we have our food, we have to get something to drink. And if you've ever watched an episode of Saturday Night Horror, you know what we're going to get. But we do it every week anyway. We show it every week anyway because it's a part of Saturday Night Horror. It's become engraved in it. Let's get the mandatory Jurassic Park movie poster shot. There we go. And look at this. I fixed the refrigerator handle. I super glued it back on. And now I'm not going to use it. Oh my lord, look at that. That is a beautiful sight. Good God Almighty.
Never, never fun, there's always Coca-Cola, yeah. Coca-Cola, always Coca-Cola.
Alright, we have our ice cold orange vanilla Coke. Let's head back in the house. We're good to go. We are ready for our movie. Say goodbye to the garage. Say hello to Mr. Tiger down there. Alright, let's go out front. Let's watch Maximum Overdrive. Alright, here we are. We are in the front room. We're going to turn the last light in the house off. Alright, we're good to go. All the lights in the house are off. We have this amazing shepherd's pie, an ice cold, crisp, delicious, refreshing orange vanilla Coke. Let's get the night started. And Bella has jumped on the couch with me. Not sitting in my lap like she used to, but she's still a big baby. So Bella and I are going to watch the movie. Alright everyone, the movie is over, and as always, it was awesome. It was such a fun time watching this movie. The shepherd's pie was actually really good. First time I ever had it, first time I ever made it, I thought it turned out great. It tasted great. It's really filling too, which I was glad. I did end up having to make more mashed potatoes. I didn't quite make enough the first time around. That first pot just coated half of it, so I had to make some more, but now I know for next time. And there would definitely be a next time for shepherd's pie. That was awesome, man. But Maximum Overdrive, man, right off the bat, you get the AC/DC, and it's awesome. Like I said, AC/DC doesn't seem like it would fit in a movie like this, but it absolutely does, and it's awesome. This movie was also filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina, which is about 2 hours, maybe hour 45 minutes, 2 hours for where I live, so I thought it was pretty cool. Wilmington used to have a lot of movies filmed there, not so much through the years. I honestly don't care for Wilmington. I've been there a few times and it's not for me, but I thought it was pretty cool that the movie was filmed there, and you can actually look up the exact spot where the Dixie Boy truck stop used to be. It's like fields and some kind of building now, but it's just awesome knowing that it was filmed close to where I live, so I thought that was pretty cool. This movie, surprisingly enough, had people in the cast that I actually were rooting for. Now, if you know me, you know when it comes to horror movies, usually I don't find the cast likable. I usually find myself wanting them to be killed and slaughtered in the most inhumane and painful ways possible. That was dark, right? But this cast actually had people I was rooting for. We had Emilio Estevez as Bill, who I thought was awesome. We had a couple other people in there too. I don't want to name everybody. We did have one character that irritated the piss out of me, and I'm sure if you've seen this movie before, I'm sure you know who I'm talking about. Connie. She is a newlywed to a man named Curtis, and she is just as irritated as could be, always whining about something in that country accent. Curtis, don't you go out there, Curtis. Don't you make me a widow on my wedding night, Curtis. What's going on, Curtis? Curtis, what are they doing? And I'm like, please, for the love of God, Buddha, whatever deity you prefer, throw this woman out there in the highway and let the trucks run her over just so she'll shut the hell up. She was, oh my god, I guess she was the token irritating character of the movie, and man, the rest of them I was fine with. Just this one lady, Connie, oh my god. But yeah, most of my talking points that I wrote down, I did at the intro here. This movie overall, it was just a really fun movie. And after watching it, I always thought, all this madness and mayhem with these trucks, this was just, out there in the country at this truck stop. What was it like in the big cities that are filled with vehicles? I always wanted to kind of see a Maximum Overdrive 2 that showed what happened in the big cities with all the vehicles, all those electronics. The cities were probably torn apart. And you didn't really see the depth of the destruction of these electronics and these machines coming to life. You saw a few hints. We saw a scene where an airplane apparently had nosedived out of the sky and landed right in a school bus. We saw dead bodies. We actually saw a kid get run over by a steamroller, which is kind of taboo in horror movies. You don't really see kids dying, but we got a kid being rolled over by a steamroller, which was something you'll see every day in horror movies. But I really wanted to see, I'm really curious about what happened in other places, these bigger cities with a lot more vehicles and electronics. I always thought that would be a cool thing to explore with a possible sequel. So if anyone's out there watching that has the capability to do it, go for it, please. But overall, Maximum Overdrive is just a fun movie. Also, like I said, the soundtrack is awesome about 10 times already. I can't say enough good things about it. This is one of those movies that I'll never get tired of watching. You can watch it and it just puts you in a good mood. It's got a good feeling to it, a good vibe. It's just one of those fun movies, and deep down in the back of your mind, I kind of wish these things would happen. I kind of wish, that would be cool to be with this group at the Dixie Boy truck stop, trying to get away from these trucks. I know that sounds crazy, but man, I think it would be awesome. It's just, man, I can't say enough good things about Maximum Overdrive. And with that being said, I think that's going to be it. Pretty short episode this week, but like I said, if you have not seen this, please do yourself a favor and check out Maximum Overdrive. You will not be disappointed. It's not really gory. It's got some blood in it. It's got some killing in it, but nothing over the top that you would cringe at, nothing that would make you sick to your stomach. It's just a really fun movie, man. It's one of those ones that just never gets old. So we're going to wrap it up, everyone. Appreciate y'all watching. Definitely check out Maximum Overdrive. It is worth your time. Trust me. Hey, Tiger. Tiger's over here. He's like, wrap it up, son. So anyway, everyone, thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you definitely check out Maximum Overdrive. Try Shepherd's Pie. They're great. And that's going to do it. So that being said, hope you all have an awesome weekend. Hope you all have an awesome week. And I'll see you next time on the next episode of Saturday Night Horror. Y'all take care.